Hi there, this is Mrs. Elliott, and today we are going to go over our syllabus. So the first thing you will see is my contact information. If you or a parent or guardian needs to contact me, this is where you can find that information. Usually I will get right back to you with any answers that I may have for you. However, as per RSD policy, I do have 24 hours during the regular school week to get back to you. However, if you have a really important question, do not wait until Friday at 9 p.m. to ask me, because I technically have until 9 p.m. on Monday to answer you. So if you have a question, and it's important, make sure to email me or message me as soon as you can, so that way you can get your answer quickly. Next, we have this chart with the classroom codes and remind codes according to your period. I would highly recommend you joining the remind for your class, just because that is the quickest and fastest way to contact me and me to you. I always have the tab open on my laptop just in case anyone doesn't want to use the chat to ask a question. This is more private. Ask away. Next up, we have the course description. So this literature course concentrates on the refinement of a student's critical reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills to achieve a level of proficiency. So that goal is for Keystones. So you did not take the Keystones as 10th graders, so you will take them as 11th graders. And as of right now, that will be in December. However, things may change, so we shall see. Next is the course objectives and purpose. So we are going to develop an in-depth understanding of American literary traditions. So we are going to immerse ourselves in the American experience and see the many, many cultures that influence it. The textbook that we are using this year is completely new to RHS. We are using the grade 11 Springboard English Language Arts English 3 edition. So it is all new for us. It is exciting, and it actually comes with an ebook that we will be able to use. The unit overview. So Springboard separates into 4 units, so it's roughly 1/4 work. So you can see by this chart, it'll tell you the unit's name, the topics, and the texts that are included in those units. Next, we have the class rules. Now, since we are remote, there are a lot more tasks for you to do. So we have a little bit more rules and norms than we would have. So the main thing that you will see throughout all of your classes will be the digital citizenship norms. So the most important thing is to log in, be here, okay? The live meets are critical into helping you. In case you have a question, you can ask it live. Number 2 is to stay on task. All of your posts, comments should pertain directly to the class. Number 3, be respectful. Okay, be respectful of me, of your peers, of our school. Just because someone may differ their opinion from you, just be respectful of it. That's the beauty of this class. We get to see everyone else's opinions, and we get to share our own. Number 4, to reach out for help. If you don't ask, I can't answer. So if you have a concern or if you're confused, just ask and I will help you. And if I can't help you, I will find someone who can. Number 5, cite your sources. So we are going to be learning a lot more about why we need to cite our sources when we do the academic integrity policy. Number 6, do not post or share, even privately, inappropriate material. Okay, as you know, nothing is truly private online, no matter what app you are using or what VPN. Do not post or share any inappropriate material. Okay. And number 7, be forgiving. I am going to mess up quite a lot. And that's to be kind of expected. So if you see something that I can be doing, that would just let me know. We're all going to get our times confused. We may have animals come into our screens. I know I have a dog and 3 cats, so you will definitely be seeing some animals in our meets. Just be forgiving, okay? We're going to figure this all out together. Okay, so expectations for Google Meets. So before the meeting, try to find somewhere comfortable to sit. We don't really like to sit anywhere for long periods of time. That hurt us. Make sure the background is school friendly. When the meeting starts, just mute your device by clicking the microphone button. If you want to talk, unmute yourself and then mute yourself when you're finished. Optional is to turn off your camera. You do not have to be on camera all the time. If you want to, so I can see your face, if you're talking, that is fine. The only time that it will not be optional to turn off your camera, so you will have to turn it off, would be when I'm recording. But I will let you know when I am doing that, so that way you have time to turn off your camera. So during the meeting, I need you guys to be patient, because this is a learning experience for everyone. Sometimes, someone will join our meeting and not mute themselves because they don't know how yet. That is fine. Just don't unmute yourself and yell at them. During the meeting, try to be engaged. If someone's talking and you agree with that, nod, give a thumbs up. If you have that extension, you can write in the chat. Definitely unmute your microphone if I ask you to talk. Normally, I won't. If you have a question, you can always type a question or a comment in the chat. Definitely please use academic language when speaking, or especially when typing in the chat. Okay, don't text like how you would talk to your friend on the WhatsApp app, or using emojis or anything. So please just use academic language. Even though we are not in our school building, our school rules still do apply. So make sure to understand that. And definitely ask for help in a meet. If you're unsure about something, type in the chat. If you don't want to type in the chat, just message me on Remind. The academic integrity policy, we are going to read that later on. You are going to read and understand the policy. There are serious consequences for cheating and plagiarism. This class will use both Turnitin and Google Originality reports, so just don't cheat. So here are the attendance procedures that I went over yesterday in class. These are distinct reading labs in place of SSR. This is what we will be doing. We will learn more about that later in the week. There is a time every day for you to get extra help. The time with the period will be on your schedules. So every day from 8 to 8:35, if you need extra help, if you need tutoring, if you just want to check in, if I want to check in with you, I may ask you to come to an intervention period. However, sometimes I will be required to go to meetings during that period, so just let me know if you need to schedule it with me, and we will be there. Well, I will be there. So the intervention process for virtual learning. The first intervention, if I see that you have many failing grades, if it's spotty attendance problems, or if there's any behavior or social emotional issues, I will conference with you, either a Google Meet during intervention periods, through an email, through Remind. If it continues, I will contact your parent or guardian. And then let's just say it keeps happening and we're not really going anywhere, then I will complete a core team referral, a discipline referral, or a staff referral. So that's when your counselor and other teachers may get involved. So for grading, you are going to receive 4 types of grades in this class. Tests and quizzes amount to 40%. Alternative assessments, 30%. That could be any essays, open-ended responses, projects. Participation and classwork are 20%. This could be PDNs, commenting in the chat when I ask, completing any in-class assignments, and then homework is 10%. So the timeline for grades, the turnaround time is usually a week to 10 days. Writing assignments may take the top 10 days during the due date, but there will be a participation grade entered at least once a week. And eSchool will be updated once a week also. So late work and missed work, we have a lot of new policies from RSD for this school year. Late homework and classwork will be accepted for half credit for up to 1 week after the assignment due date. There's also alternative assessments will be accepted late for a 10% penalty per day. However, let's just say it's like 2 weeks late. It's not going to exceed a 50% penalty if the assignment's turned in. So let's just say if you turned it in on time and you would have gotten an 80, now you're going to get a 30% because it's a 50% penalty. So, and late alternative assessments will be accepted up to 1 week before the end of each quarter. If it's the day before a quarter closes and you hand me all of the work, I cannot count it because it's in our syllabus. And this is an RSD policy. I cannot change that. And remember, asynchronous activities are due at the beginning of the next synchronous class meeting. And last but not least, well, not last but not least, the last policy for work is missing work. So you are responsible for finding work that you missed. Check Google Classrooms. Find the assignment, review the direction, and then ask me questions if you need help. There is a new RSD policy for all missing scores will be entered as zeros in eSchool. So this means your current average, including zeros for all missing work, is what you will see in eSchool. So zeros for work missed during an excused absence can be made up for full credit up to 1 week after the assignment due date. So if you did not do your locker, you have, and because you had an appointment, that's an excused absence if you bring the note in. So you get a week until after the due date to turn it in. Zeros for work not turned in by the due date can be made up for half credit for up to 1 week after the assignment due date per the new policy above. So if it's not an excused absence, if you just didn't feel like coming to class that day, it can be made up for half credit for up to a 1 week. So it's better than a zero, and it will help you. However, zeros received for skipped classes can't be made up. So if you skip a class and on eSchool it shows that you went to period 2, 4, 5, and you skipped my third period, that is a skip. That is technically not an absence, so that cannot be made up. And there are special accommodations that will be made according to federal, state, and district policy. So those are the main points of our syllabus. If you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know.